pabagsakin mo ang economy natin, wala tayong magiging support system. Imagine, where will this agencies, particularly yung mga hospitals or everything under DOH, would get their support financially? Wala, di ba? Kaya yan nakaka-support sa atin is because of our taxes. The taxes of the people under the productive years. Remove the taxes, wala tayong pagkukuhanan. Kaya napaka-importante ng number of people under the productive years. Aside from that, kapag ka mas mataas ang aging group sa atin, yung mga social services natin, yung mga healthcare systems natin, magre-require yan ng mas mataas na budget to provide or to suffice for the need of the aging population. Okay, for example, ganito, meron tayong, for example, 10 million na budget that would be allotted for all areas, sa infrastructure natin, sa education natin, ano pa ba, sa peace and order natin, okay, sa healthcare delivery system natin, and of course, yung other is yung sa miscellaneous natin. Okay, kung yung hahatiin natin yung 10 million natin divided by 5, that means each of the department, okay, will receive 2 million each. And that 2 million is supposedly sufficient if the number of the aging population is equal to the number of people under productive years. What if mas mataas nga yung aging population or yung older people sa productive years, sa number of people under productive years? What will happen is that, pwede niyang, for example lang pwede niyang kukunin natin yung sa education. Eh yung 2 million para sa education will be enough only para to have a smooth flow of the education and to provide scholarships for those population who requires education. So kung kukuhanin niya yun at ilalagay natin for the services of the aging group, mababawasan yung sa education. What will happen now is that we will have lesser number of scholars who will be given the opportunity to study. Okay. Anong mangyayari ngayon? Eh di ganun din, it will also affect our economy. Bakit? Kasi walang papalit lalo doon sa mga aging population. Kasi they still lack the knowledge to handle and to manage the positions that were previously managed by the aging population or those people who are going to nearing the aging population. Eh kung halimbawa naman, sabihin nyo, sa peace and order naman, natin kuhanin. Okay? Hindi rin pwede kasi paano kung for example, because other countries would know na, uy, ang Philippines, very weak ang peace and order, department niyan. Pwede natin silang giyerahin para masakop natin sila. So what will happen now is that these neighboring countries would have this mindset, possibly, to invade us. Kuhanin natin yung Pilipinas para, kasi mahina ang kanilang peace and order na services. So my point is that hindi natin pwedeng kuhanin yung other budget from other departments simply because tumataas ang aging population. The more aging population we have, the more budget that it requires. And the more budget it requires, the more imbalance there will be in the allocation of budget for different departments. Kasi mas mataas ang mga needs and services na kakailanganin ng aging population. Okay. Now, what are the health challenges facing older adults? We have the chronic diseases, the frailty, and the mental health. Okay. Pag sinabi natin chronic diseases, ano ba yung mga NCDs na common sa mga adults? Sa atin ngayon, diba, worldwide, parating natin nakikita yung mga merong heart diseases, nagsasuffer ng stroke, diabetes, or dementia. Ito yung mga challenges natin, how we are going to, if not totally prevent, at least how we are going to delay the development of yung common chronic diseases. Now, frailty, ang problem natin frailty is its impact on adults' quality of life. Kasi kung frail ka na, di ba, the tendency is you are going to isolate yourself. Bakit? Hindi mo na kasi kayang tumayo, you cannot perform the activities of daily living. What if there is no one to assist you in the performance of your activities of daily living? What will happen to you now? Di ba, but the more that you are going to isolate yourself and the more that you will experience loneliness. So, challenge to sa atin, how we are going to help the older adults face frailty. Okay, mental health naman. Ano ba ang importance ng mental health? Sa atin nga, sa mga medyo young pa, at sa inyo na young pa, di ba? Napaka-importante ng mental health status natin. Because most of our illnesses that we experience comes from our mind, is affected by our mental health. Kagaya ng depression at saka anxiety. Di ba pag mayroon kang depression and anxiety, affected ang activities of daily living mo and affected din ang nutrition mo. It's either yung iba pag depressed at saka anxious, what they do is they engage so much in eating. So that would lead to obesity. Yun namang iba, nagkakaroon sila ng physiologic anorexia. So nagkakaroon kayo you suffer yung nutritional intake nyo will become less than your body requirement. So, mas lalong nagiging frail ang isang older adult. Okay. Now, ano yun naman let's talk about the social and economic issues. Okay. Meron silang social isolation. Another issue is the financial security and housing needs. Kagaya nga na sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, no? If they are not able to secure themselves during their younger years, isa yan sa nagiging problem nila. Okay? Yung social isolation kasi, napaka-importante kasi sa mga adult na magkaroon pa rin sila ng social connection because it provides them the interest to live. It encourages them and motivate them to still engage with other people and socialize. They still look forward living for another day kasi they still enjoy life. But once they start to become socially isolated, they do not see the purpose of living already. They do not see the purpose of their selves. So nawawala na sila ng purpose in life, and then they would lead into this feeling na mas mabuti pang mamatay. Okay, now, on the financial security, dito nagiging issue yung retirement savings at saka yung pensions and healthcare costs. Marami tayong nababalitaan na yung retirement pensions nila, nalalamsam, nakukuha ng family member, leaving them with nothing. Diba? So, isa to sa mga bagay na dapat matulungan natin yung mga aging group on how they are going to secure their retirement savings at saka yung mga pensions nila. And isa din sa challenge nitong issue dito sa mga older adult is yung healthcare cost. Kasi siyempre, mas marami na silang, common na sa kanila yung nagde-develop ng chronic illness. So yung need nila for health services, mas mataas na. Yung laboratory nila, mas marami, so mas mahal na. Ba, dito na rin yung mga frequent in and out na sila in hospitals. So medyo tumataas na talaga yung kanilang healthcare cost needs. Okay. Now, sa housing needs naman nila, okay, dito kasi sa atin, ang problema, wala nga tayo ng mga nursing homes which are being provided by the government. Kasi in other countries, this is part of the services that they provide to their people. Yung mga assisted living at saka mga nursing homes, meron yan. And they are given to them for free. Kaya sa kanila, hindi masyadong problema. Unless otherwise, the older person themselves or the older people themselves are not willing. Hindi sila willing na tumira doon. Pero kung halimbawa, given them no other choice, at least they still have the option where they can live with dignity and where they can live comfortably and eventually die with dignity. So, Policy implications. Ano ang mga implications ng policy na ginagawa natin for the older people? Okay. Let's start with the healthcare. Okay. Dapat kasi, when we talk of healthcare, mas maganda na meron tayong policy that would focus on accessible and affordable healthcare for adults. Included dapat dito yung mga preventive care, mga chronic care management or chronic disease management, at saka yung mga long-term care. Kasi ito talaga yung mga kailangan. These are actually part of the basic needs of the aging population. So kung maganda ang healthcare policy or maganda ang healthcare system, delivery system natin dito sa papalagay na natin dito na lang sa lokal natin, okay? So magiging maganda ang support for the aging population. Now, social services, okay, example dito yung mga home care, transportation, wala siguro tayo ng mga, sa ibang bansa kasi meron sila ng mga meal delivery eh. This will support older adult doon sa, when they choose to live in their communities. Dito kasi sa atin, of course, the issue here is budget. So, home care meron yan. Kasi di ba sa mga barangay, you experience going around the community and checking for the health conditions of the people, especially for those who are being monitored by the health center, yung sa mga barangay health centers. So sila yon, meron tayong home care na ipinoprovide. Although it is not much as it is in other countries where they really have this regular maintenance program like na monitor ang kanilang CBC, ang kanilang blood chemistry, ang kanilang blood glucose. Dito kasi sa atin, it's more of visit. And then when we think that the aging people would require other assessments or thorough assessments, nire-refer pa rin natin sa mga hospitals, diba? Or primary healthcare facility. Okay? Ano pa yung sa social services? Transportation. Although meron mga binibigay na free transportation services sa government natin, particularly here in Calamba, but it is intended for those who are working in the government services or in the government offices. So we do not have much of the free transportation being provided for older people. Wala tayong masyado niyan. Unless otherwise, depending on the policy of the community, meron kasing mga binibigay na ambulance services for each of the barangay or transportation services for each of the barangay. So if the barangay will provide free transportation services for the older people, mas maganda. However, this should not be abused. Kasi pag minsan makikita nyo, gagamitin para maggala, gano'n. If this will be used, for example, in transporting older people para pumunta sa kanilang regular check-up, or halimbawa, pwedeng ihatid sa mall para makapamasyal, well, that's okay. For as long as it provides them the objective in managing the older population. Okay? So, yun nga sabi ko sa meal delivery, wala tayo niyan. Kasi in other countries, they provide free meal for the aging people. So, sa atin, binibigay lang natin cake kapag ka-birthday. Minsan, napasama pa. Kasi cake, pagkatapos diabetic yung older person. Diba? So, ano pa, yung mga support system natin sa communities. So, ngayon nga, sabi ko nga kanina, meron naman support system, pero it's more of yung sa senior citizen charter lang in every barangay, kung saan they engage the senior citizens into different activities. Now, sa economic policies naman, dapat kasi magkaroon tayo ng policy that can help older adults maintain financial security, such as yung mga pension nila. Dapat magkaroon ng reform sa pension nila and sa retirement savings incentives. Meron naman tayo nito, yung sa SSS, kapag sa private, and GSIS, kapag sa government. Kaya lang, dapat magkaroon tayo ng policy na as much as possible, mai-assess muna natin yung need ng pasyente bago natin i-allow ang family members to file for the lump sum. Kasi pag minsan nga, di ba, ganun ang nangyayari. nilalamsam nila but not for the purpose of providing care to the older person in the family, but for their own personal reason. Kaya ang nangyayari, ang nawawalan ng ang nawawalan ng financial security ay yung older person themselves or older people themselves. Okay? So that ends our discussion about the categories of aging population.